The traps are really efficient. The traps are great, but we lost the raccoon and somebody in the pile is down. I didn't exactly stack them in a good way to do that battle, but it's fine. Yeah, so what I was saying was I actually did allocate one Wednesday every week of last year to work on the avatar after I got to like, I think halfway through the year, because I think I started in April on the rigging side of it, and yeah, I was not making much progress because like I was so capped because I did such a huge Billathon event last year. I did 14 days of 8 hours, consecutive days, and it was different games every single day, and I wasn't getting a lot of rest, and I wasn't getting a lot of like I wasn't really prepared for it as well as I should have been. And so like sleep and food and all that stuff wasn't that great. And because I do my editing after every stream, I consider that as part of the time that it takes me to stream. So if I do a 4-hour stream, it can take 2 to 4 hours to do editing and uploading and stuff afterwards. So an 8-hour stream equals about 6 to 8 hours of editing after stream on top of the 8-hour stream, right? So it kind of piles up a little bit, right? And I generally know that, but I also last year kind of felt inclined to keep adding new rewards and goals and stuff because you guys kept like blowing them out of the fucking water. And like I wasn't expecting anything. I was just hoping that a couple of people come and lurk. Same with this year. I was just hoping a couple of people come and like hang out and keep me distracted and shit so I can't get like stress sick over like bills and shit, right? But yeah. Oh, I forgot we were doing a peace talks thing. Can you go for a walk down to them and offer them gifts? Because they're a lot less hostile and we're going to make them like us. I've got like all kinds of drugs on that caravan, so they're going to love it. But yeah, I kind of like stressed myself out with the rest of last year with all the rewards and trying to get them in time. And during the event, I kind of overdid it. And I didn't want to do that again this year because I basically was like taking like a week off at a time every month last year to try to like rest. But also sometimes when I said I was taking a week off, I actually was working on rigging and I'd sit down, I'd do like 20 something hours sitting of rigging before I'd remember to like go to the bathroom and eat and drink and stuff, you know, or sleep. And so I'd do like 50 plus hours of rigging in a week and then come back unrested and stuff. So I kind of like obviously like worked out that I had to actually allocate, you know, this is time to spend rigging and I must do rigging in that time. And this is time to do rest and I must rest and not think about like the other stuff. I must like actually sit down and go do something else and stuff. So I set myself like a list of anime that I've been wanting to watch for like the last 3 years. And during the rest times, I tried to like start watching like a bit of a anime and or reading some manga or just scrolling the internet or whatever. Like whatever was just not working on stuff, you know. So I definitely sorted that stuff out. I've allocated like a whole bunch of days this year that I'm going to spend dedicated rigging, and I have a few days that I'm going to spend dedicated rest. But I've changed how the time off structure is going to work this year. So instead of taking like, say, Monday to Friday off, I'll take like Wednesday to the next following like Tuesday off or whatever, which means that each week you'll have me for at least a couple of days when I do take a week off. So you might have me for like 2 days one week and 3 days the following week, or vice versa. That way I'm not disappearing for a whole week at a time out of the blue kind of thing. So it'll be a little bit structured differently, but I am going to seriously take time off and seriously work on stuff. But it does mean that I'll have like the couple of extra days throughout the year where I'm not streaming, and yeah, it'll be fine. But as I love the 8-hour streams, it's just hard snow. It shouldn't change the temperature. It's still 24 degrees outside. Well, it's now back to 40 degrees, so I do probably have to turn off the heater in here. I'm glad you said something about that because I kind of thought that the hard snow would affect them harder. Massive lubricants, rightio, cool. Let's find somebody that can go and do a conversation. Cannon is up for a conversation. Can you go do a trade? Because I have some shit that needs to be traded. And is there anything that was missing in a pile? I've got all that. And I've got all that. And everybody that should have a gun has a gun. I also realized I have hidden traps around the map. And I just remembered that. I should probably put something in the area to remind me where those are. Because I have like an anti-grain warhead. And I never used that. So I'm not sure what it does, but I assume death. So I'd like to kind of know what that is. I need chem fuel, which means components. I could do with more cloth. I can grow more cloth. Let's give you guys... I think my caravan's already out and about, so let's give you guys some furs and leathers and clean this shit up. And I don't want to give you the devil strand. And you can have the sheep wool. I want the medicine. I don't know if I can afford this shit, but I'll scurry some stuff around and see what I can do. There is a lot of steel and plasteel. I'd rather that over some other stuff. Reinforced barrel. There's some books. Study and sniper turrets. I don't know if we've already read that. I could sell them wood and we can go and get other wood for the moment. And you guys can take all the clothes. A hard temper change. It's cold snap event. Yeah, a lot of those are like definitely like high priced and stuff. Like they're affordable. You can definitely acquire them. Like if you've been watching from the start of the event and you haven't redeemed anything, you'd be able to probably redeem them soon, if not today or tomorrow. As opposed to if you started watching now, you'd be able to probably redeem them during the waves of raids in the last day. So there's that. There's options, you know. I could just not buy the cloth and that will change that a bit. I have like no silver. I think this is coming from my numbers. So I need to have like X number of stuff. I don't super need chem fuel at the moment. And turkey meat, hare meat. I still got to cart this shit inside, so if they can't take it inside, there's no point to that. Leave this fancy meals, even though I can kind of afford them. Buy all that shit. Oh good, it's going near the storage. Nice. Okay, the only problem is I am chocked full of rats in storage. Thanks, Alex. Didn't really need this many rats at the moment, but I guess the peeling stations... We maybe need another peeling station. This one doesn't even have this fucking table thingy. Doesn't even have power. What was that? Boom rat. Okay, it's fine. I did also sell some of the statues with the view that I was trying to make some extra space. Did I just go through a fucking cloud scrolling in and out then? Because that's what that looked like. Alright, so I think everybody's coming back in. I want them to go cut down trees and shit because we need some wood, but I don't need that shit in storage yet. So I'm just gonna do like a radius like that that's not too far away. They should be able to still bring it inside. There's a dry thunderstorm. Outside's pretty hot. We could probably turn that off because this is 43 degrees. I think that will stay probably ambient. Could you imagine if like the higher you make the temperature until it's like potentially gonna catch fire, it like makes shit grow faster? I think we've fixed up all the bedrooms. It's really changed the shape of these goddamn bedrooms too. They're all like little crosses now instead of like, I don't know, they look like a little clover or whatever before. So it's kind of nice. I don't want it to be granite. I want it to be wood, even though we're not going to have wood. And I want these to be... I want them to be removed, and I think when people keep gathering at them, it forces everybody to use it. Also, I never found the other Nuke Dragon's thing. It was Nuke Dragon Warrior. Is that you? Where is your lover? Alex Bureaucrat. Alright, hold on. Where the fuck am I? Up here. I need to put Alex in with you, but it needs to be... Oh, that was quick. There you go. Okay, so we found the... Oh yeah, I missed... The other day, I forgot to go and have a look at the clip, but there's supposedly... They scooch across when you do that. I just never, like, noticed it before, because, yeah, the menu's usually in the way, but if I had it over here, I could have probably seen it. So, there's that. Yeah, what else? a professional yapper, for sure. Look, it happens sometimes that when there's like a big conversation or a lot to be said, like sometimes I'll like lag behind conversationally and stuff, but like generally speaking, it's normally like back and forth. Like the only other thing too is I haven't had anybody on YouTube this week tell me if like try to speak or let me know that I'm not getting messages and stuff, because I haven't seen chats relay come up. I saw it come up on like Monday and then I didn't see it after that. So I have no clue if those two are communicating. But if you've been on YouTube watching me this whole time and I haven't been responding, I'm so sorry, but I guess my chatbot's not working. Nobody's told me. So yeah, that happens. I can't put the medicine in here. I literally don't have floor space, and I do have bench space, but nobody's bringing anything inside. We can also finally make medicine too. Linza's bringing that inside. You can haul the gold in. You can haul that inside as well for a bit. Cougar one has died, I guess. Got attacked by the rat and nobody healed it. A bit of a shame. Keelons in a daze. Alright. So let's go try to find the pile of daytime Keelons. I need to know you're a night owl. More than anything, more than making them... Oh, I need like this one first. Okay. Basically what I want to know is, are they daytimers or nighttimers? Because if they're daytimers or nighttimers, I need to change their schedule over, or otherwise they're gonna have a shit fit about being awake at the wrong time. And honestly, even if I can't allocate them to do specific work, and Alex is going berserk. Mate, what are you doing? Where are you? Hold on, this shit's in the way. You, less medical privileges, heat stroke, Josh, Josh is just running. The other thing too is I do need to actually allocate them to fight, or otherwise they will just flee. But there's 5 degrees inside here, so let's take that back down to -60. And hopefully one of you guys can beat his ass up. Oh my god, who did that? Fucking Alex. Mate, I feel like that was totally unnecessary. You didn't have to shoot the dude. How is your health? You're mostly fine, and you got... This doesn't show where your new shot is. I'm guessing it's like just the old shot in your arm. Also, there is food in the door. I need you to not do that. I need you to haul that out of the door frame. That is the only problem with where all the doors and shit are in here. And somebody's having minor heat stroke, but they're gonna have to wait because we've got other shit to kind of allocate. So I'm not gonna sit here and like allocate all their specific work stuff, but I will tell them to be day or night. God, I love when the fucking bucks get shot. It's hilarious. Yeah, I'll set them up for like day and night, and then I will set them up for oh, what's the other one? Attacking or fleeing and stuff. That way, at least they'll go and do stuff whenever. They'll have no like hard priorities, but they'll be able to kind of do a little bit of everything. I shouldn't realistically have anybody that's kind of just hanging around, but they should be a lot less likely to be useless, you know, because they'll at least have a the willingness to fight if somebody's like near them, right? And then they'll also have like less tantrums because they'll be awake at the right hours. So let's see. Ironwheel, Sankarine, Cannibal, Cannibal's Night Owl. Am I back at the start? Maybe? Yes, okay. So I'm back up at the start. This is fine. So what I essentially want is I want this to... There's going to be like a few of these where I don't need it to be like the whole row. And then there's like a few where it's like this. The only reason why is I'm just like trying to make it a bit easier to find. Like that one, I don't need that to be there, but this is okay. Just so I can kind of keep going down this list, you know. I've got medical assistance needed. It's okay. They'll live, maybe. I don't know. I've actually had like quite a number of people die, which, by the way, I think it keeps track of. And Keelan's confused. I have had 20 colonists die in this game. So yeah, we've had a few. And the wealth of the game is getting up there for it. It's happened because Alzheimer's. That's fine. Oh, man. Yeah, when the wealth of the map goes up, like it's doing at the moment, what basically happens is the difficulty of the raids of things that attack me will become much, much stronger, much more powerful. I'm much more likely to get mechs or armored raids and stuff like that, as opposed to, you know, what do you call it, like tribals and stuff. For a second there, I thought I could drag that, but I'm like, that's right, I can't drag that. All right, so let's clean up. There was a couple here I accidentally went over. I guess I'll do the extra lines on those in a moment. So I want you to be sleeping in here. I also need to put daytime at the back as well, but I'll get to it in a minute. Because these ones, I just want them to clean up this. As long as they have a day and night awake schedule, even if I don't get recreation on the page, they should at least sleep and eat and stuff when they're supposed to. And if I left this as grey, as open, what they would do is basically once they hit this wall of time, they would just do whatever it is that they need, whether that's sleep or if they want a recreation or if they want to eat. Ideally, you should probably always leave some amount of grey on it. I just never do because I'm like, they got shit to do. Normally my like colony is so huge and like, you know, unnecessarily sprawling and stuff because I like how it looks and I like having a lot of the colonists and stuff. So it kind of ends up being impractical to give them small amounts of time that's like, hey, you should really probably spend like X number of minutes doing whatever you want at this time of day. Like these last two lines, I could realistically allocate those to be, you know, grey. And that way they would fulfill whatever needs they have. But in the size of my like usual Asura colony, what basically kind of happens is that by the time they get somewhere, that time is already over, you know? Rhinoceros, right? Oh, Nuke, you're gonna... actually... Hang on a ticket. Can you go downwards a little bit? I want to see what this does. I don't know how far this radius is, and this might be death for you, but I've got another nuke. I've got some other Keelons in the area. Can you guys come down here too? If you can trigger this without it being you being the one to trigger it... Fuck, I wanted to see what that did. Okay, damn it. You got a long way to get rescued, and you've got 9 hours alive. Okay, that's not what I really wanted you to do. If you guys got guns, for the love of God, shoot at it. You can like try to run away. If you can just double back a little bit so it maybe turns around. Okay, go and rescue them. I know that you're also hurt and you've got 9 hours, but if I can mostly get you inside the base, it will help. This many people, most of them are melee. That should help it. Okay. Keelan's confused because I'm guessing Alzheimer's. I must have like a couple of them. I also haven't set people to like self-tend either. There's quite a lot of people to set self-tend. Okay, as far as I can tell, I think majority of the turrets are up. Some of them don't have power. And by the look of it, we have power fluctuations too. But as we get more steel and more components, specifically components, it will fill up the solar panels and they'll get built, which I realistically need more on this side because I've got like, I would say probably what, 7 extra here. And I can't put the one in the corner there unless I choose to like move it. So where do we want this stuff? Like if I put it in between here, they've got to kind of like awkwardly walk up and around it. It forces them to go up and around one side. I don't want it too close to the door. I could put it up here. This would be kind of fine. 2, 3. I don't want it to be that close to that. That would be kind of in the way. 4, 5. I don't want it to be close to that. And that would be in the way of that. Let's see. I think this would be fine here. 6 and doesn't quite fit 7. Okay. It's not perfect, but we have some extra solar around here. This side seems to need it. And we have found jade, which I don't really need to dig up jade at the moment. But everybody's out here getting some wood for us to bring back in, which means we can build more traps if we need to build them or repair them, which is great. And we've got 2 people researching, and nobody's up in here in this one researching. And it doesn't have power, that's why. Okay, before the moment, I'm going to make a multi-analyzer. Elon's sad. Is there anybody at the manual benches? Nobody's at these manual benches researching, and my guess is that it's at the point in time where the manual benches aren't quite as needed as opposed to the big benches. So if I wanted to move this over, I could probably get 2 long-sized benches maybe in here. Or like if I turned that way. Nuke dragons in a daze. I should be able to theoretically fit them in here. Like Hilon is coming in here and doing research, but between 4 small benches, it should be enough. I don't know if I could fit that across there, actually. I say don't do that. I know you're doing the thing. But if you guys disassemble that, and I made... What the hell is it? It's one of those high research benches. That would fit. I think it would be in the way of that chair. Is it... What is it? Not enough steel. What is it? Not enough stored. That's fine. But is it... I can put it there. So, oh, the fireplace is in the way. Got it. Let's get you up here. Deconstruct that. Got a tantrum, a daze, and a sad wanderer. And somebody needs medical treatment, which is fine. And I'm still allocating up some schedules and stuff. But I'm going to take a 15-minute break. And you guys will still be able to acquire silver during that time. So, yeah. I'll be back in 15 minutes. I'm going to get some food and drink and stretch my legs and all that good stuff, you know. Yeah, I'm back. Welcome back, everyone. I know it's not quite 15 minutes, but it was long enough for getting some food and drink and stretching and patting the cats and all the stuff. And I see that booty shaking. So she's back. Yeah, that'll happen. Like in my regular streams, in my 4-hour streams, I don't take breaks. I don't, like, I've got water usually or a drink or something, but I don't eat or drink or take bathroom breaks unless like it's like medically necessary kind of thing to do. But if you're dying, mate, where the fuck you going? Hold on. Oh yeah, no wait, they went and laid down. That's fine. They'll be okay. Yeah. So anyway, in the 8-hour streams though, I absolutely get up and walk around. Eventually, like sometimes during the bigger events, because like I don't do big events, long streams too often because obviously for health reasons, as I was saying earlier, it can be a little bit more physically taxing. Plus, I'm also an introvert. I know that doesn't come across when I stream, but I'm also an introvert, so the social aspect does eventually floor me. But if I didn't want to talk to people, I wouldn't stream. So I love talking to you guys. I love hanging out and doing this and getting to talk about all the weird and wonderful crap that we talk about. So yeah. New Dragon is down. And also my cats were like so excited when I got up because they're not used to me like streaming on, you know, into the early hours, so to speak. So yeah, they're kind of like, oh my god, she's up, and therefore possibly pats, possibly lap, possibly food, you know. But as soon as they realize that I'm still streaming, like Azula gets so sad. She's okay, she'll just come and she'll sulk in a fuzzy donut on the desk at some point, you know. Whereas Phoenix is kind of like, oh yeah, he needs to go back to sleep. He's he'll come and get attention when he wants attention, you know. I don't know if I'm going to be able to allocate every single Keylon to be able to do tasks. I might be able to just hit up like a few super priority stuff. Like if they have medical, I might do that. And Nuke Dragon died. That's like 2 nuke dragons in a very short period of time. The animals on this map are not being very kind to nuke dragon, at least. I don't think they care much about anybody else. It's just of that one, the one like specifics, you know. But yeah, the other cool thing about doing like the Build-a-thon week and stuff is streaming outside of my like regular hours, and obviously like whatever games and stuff I happen to choose to do in that time. It's like I get to like come across like all these faces that I don't usually get to see, because like I'm usually like wrapping up and finish editing and uploading and stuff and going to bed at the time when like I'm finishing stream, give or take. Sad Wanderer, slept in heat. I can't do anything about your rooms at the moment unless everybody's room has moved, in which case then I can give you guys a singular cooler thingy. Maybe. I need to move this stuff over too. I don't know if I could fit another one like there. They will have to like walk across it or whatever, but I was going to move these over, and I think we've got 2 sets of couples on this side, so that's okay. So 2 sets of couples, and I need a bunch of coolers. Coolers, temperature. I just got rid of a whole bunch of coolers because they were in the way, and I was going to put them back, but we had to put the beds where I needed them first. What? Hold on. We got a caravan ambush manhunters, just squirrels, and transport pod crash with relations, Beatrice. I kind of trust you guys. Well, we got it. Oh yeah, we have a couple of intense shooters in here, actually. Hold on, let's spread you guys out a lot more than that. Spread you out like that, because you guys have got like some insane gun in there. Keelon, can I get your cheeks down here, mate? It looks like we're gonna rescue Beatrice. She's got alcohol addiction. She's not gonna make it into the colony. There's no door on this end, which realistically I should put one over here. I should put like one like here or whatever. I know it would shorten the distance to walk to that, but I've got like, what I should do is when it comes down time for all the attacks, I should seal up this corridor, and that way they come in from this side and that side, and they have to walk all the way around through all the traps at that side. That's brilliant. Yeah, we'll do that. I'll make a note of that. Caravan battle. Can I see what happened? Oh, apparently I just like manually tanked them. Except that they had Sclaria, so I didn't get infected, did I? I haven't seen that happen yet, but I was gonna say, could you imagine, just again, could you fucking imagine if my person, I don't want a caravan going out, I want this group to reform and join. Can you imagine if my person, my character for this particular run, gets like Scalaria or dies like super fucking early on, and then is like it's everybody else? It would be something. Also, they're basically almost there for the gifts. I have so much shit to give them. They're gonna love it. I'm also really digging the purple. That's kind of nice. If I can click off some shit for a second, let me get that. I like getting photos of like my colony and crap. Obviously everybody's like moving around and shit, but it is nice because I wanted to do something like semi-ish this layout when we moved to a 4th location with Asura, when we moved to Minwick, and I could not figure it out because obviously with like 300 colonists, I cannot possibly make everybody have a bedroom and share a bedroom, and like this wasn't practical. And it's practical in a little colony like this. It's nice. Can I offer gifts? Yes. I want to give you guys, I brought you all kinds of guns and drugs. You're not having my medicine. I brought you furs galore. That might be a little bit too much furs. Hold on. I do want to still sell this shit to them. Although they are negative something, aren't they? Yeah, okay. Hold on. They're technically negative. Enemy now neutral. How neutral? Relatively neutral. I could gift them. Insulting spree, love it. let's do a trade. They have some money. I could do with some things. Like, I need packaged survival meals. Chocolate would be great for recreational stuff, but it's not super nutritional. I don't actually need rat meat right now, ironically.